Hello, everyone. It's Shira. Welcome to What's Trending from Geek Week 2013. We are coming to you live from YouTube Space LA. We have an incredible 5 days of Geek Week here this week. We've got crazy circus geeks. Check out this lineup. We've got Lobster Boy. We found a bearded lady, and there's someone who bites heads off chickens. So we're all set.
Sure,
what?
I think we're talking about geeks who like cosplay and horror, like the.
Oh, all right. Well, that will alter my booking. But in the meantime, we've got some awesome folks joining us today, live in studio. Are you guys ready? Yeah! We've got DJ Mike Realm, and of course, from Rooster Teeth, Gavin Free and Burnie Burns.
Hey!
And joining us live on Google Plus, we've got a little special something from Hannah Minx.
皆さん、こんにちは。Happy Geek Week.
Oh, yay! Gotta involve Hannah. She's all about the global geeks, Japanese culture. And speaking of anime, you recently launched RWBY.
Yeah, we launched our new show, RWBY, which is our first ever anime show. We had our lead animator, Monty. You know Monty. He's a rock star. He was our lead animator on our big show, Red vs. Blue, which has been running for 10 years. And after three years of doing like all of our fight scenes and all that, we thought, Monty, do you want to make your own show? And he said, absolutely. So he made his anime show, RWBY, which debuted 3 weeks ago on our website and has just started coming out on YouTube now.
Cool. Let's take a look at that right now. Must say that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff. A change for Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, big change. And that's actually from episode 1. That's got the voice of Jen Taylor in it, who plays Cortana in the Halo series. So we were really happy to get her as well. But yeah, it's a huge change because I'm not an anime guy myself. Gav, anime?
Not so much.
Yeah, but we love Monty, trust Monty, and he had this great idea for a show. And so we're hoping what will happen is it'll open us up to a whole new audience that has never seen Rooster Teeth content before.
Because that's a whole other community.
Oh, yeah, and they're rabid, too. I mean, people who love anime are just some of the most engaged fans that you can get. So, and every time we go to a convention, it seems like we're always next to people who are in anime, and the people who come to our booth, they're people who watch anime shows.
Do you feel like that these worlds are coming together more and more now?
Well, yeah. Well, basically, it's online content. Sure. I mean, everybody who's watching stuff like with a little group at home now has found other pockets on the internet where they can share this content with. So, anime is one of those things that like broke out of like a kind of a niche Japanese culture. Now everybody's watching it.
Conventions help too. I know about a lot of animes just because I see people dressed as random stuff, and then I ask them what it's from. And it's like,
yeah, we saw some of that in the lobby today.
Oh yeah, we have a cosplay fashion show coming up. That's gonna be fun. Are you into anime? Have you DJ'd and mashed up anime before, Mike?
I have. I'm pretty excited about the fashion show coming up.
That's because you like seeing hot cosplay chicks.
Okay, well that's part of it.
That
but
inspires you, I see. So what is going to be coming up with RWBY?
Well, it's seasons run through the rest of the summer, and then it'll go to DVD from there. But they have a whole world built out. I mean, every time I sit down with the writers, it seems like they're talking about season 3 and season 4. I'm like, let's just focus on season 1 and get that out the door.
And is doing animation really expensive for YouTube? Everyone says like it's hard to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, we started doing machinima, which was using video games to make the shorts.
Yeah.
But now the staff is, how many people are, do you think, back in that studio working on that stuff?
like 1,000.
Yeah, it seems like it.
They
It's not
eat
1,000.
A gazillion?
They eat all the food.
Yeah, they've taken over like our whole live stage area that we had. It's now all computers and people animating. So it's not the cheapest, but we have a really big audience now, so we can support it.
I know. And you brought this guy in from the UK.
I know, right?
You imported him.
I did. I came in a little box.
Who a lot of you, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Imagining you popping out of a box.
Yeah.
Can you believe I met Gavin? He was a fan of Rooster Teeth, a fan of Red vs. Blue. I met him when he was 15 years old.
No way.
I was 14. I signed up on his website when episode 6.
Is this legal?
Yeah, I
This-
know,
the
right?
Communication you had at 14.
We have to
Yeah,
be a certain
I know.
distance apart, but
It's like the
all
dream
fine.
of the internet. That's why you start a website, to meet underage boys overseas, right? That's the whole thing. So.
Welcome to America.
Thanks, man.
And you might know Gavin from also the Slow Mo Guys. We featured a
Yeah.
lot of your videos on our show.
I love the tweet that I get when I've made it into the top 5 on What's Trending.
Good to know. I'm happy you're noticing.
Yeah.
And so tell us about doing, the slow-mo videos, which have become, a hit on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I mean, I use a high-speed camera, which are really expensive, and I just was lucky enough to have access to one. So most people, like engineers, will use them to see, scientific stuff. I just use them for dumb stuff, and I think...
But people want to see those things in slow-mo for some reason.
I did a video that came out last week where we fired bullets underwater at like 27,000 frames per second. And you can tell that like a scientist would love to be able to do this and love this footage. And it's one of those things that just like, you're looking at pure science at that point, like the bullets tearing through the water and you get all this weird bubble. And I'm just looking at it thinking, that looks cool. And
That's such a dude thing.
wasting the footage, basically.
No, I feel like that's such a dude thing. Like, let's just do stuff in slow-mo.
Yeah.
Like, throw things.
Yeah, that's what the Mars rover's all about. Let's just go put a car and drive it around. That's
Stuff
all
on
it
Mars,
is.
yeah.
It's that easy. Do you look at life differently now that you see things in slow-mo?
Yeah, I look at everything thinking, would that look good? Like I'm toasting bread, I'm thinking, could this pop up in a cool way? Probably not. But and my whole life is just a weird way of looking at things now.
But it's crazy. We talk about that all the time, how like there's a whole world that you can't see because you don't live in that time frame. I mean, it's just like things that happen that you'll never catch.
Yeah, I mean, we all experience the exact same speed of time, but then, you've got time lapse of the stuff that moves too slowly and high speed of the stuff that's way too fast.
He did this thing with like water droplets and like the other little drops that come off it, and you see they like bounce on the water, like water bouncing on water. You'd never see that with your naked eye, but it's like 1/1000th of a second.
A glob of water will bounce on the surface of water and then put half of it in and then bounce up and then keep doing it. And that must happen every time it rains on a puddle, but we just
It's little
never
things
see it.
that we don't notice in everyday life.
It's also fun to stare
No,
at.
you make it sound elegant.
It's a metaphor for life itself.
Yeah. It's just fun to chill out and stare at a screen sometimes of just compilations of slow-mo.
What does it mean to be a global geek to you guys?
Well, I don't know why you stumped us on that one.
I get like a mini boner for technology.
Go ahead.
Well,
That's so the pull-out quote we're using for the show.
we saw. I was in a Tesla yesterday. That thing was cool.
Yeah, we test drove a Tesla here because they won't let us have them in Texas because Texas is a petroleum state.
Oh,
so
okay.
if you're gonna buy one, you gotta buy it. It's the electric.
So that's
car.
what it means to be a global geek, to do crazy stuff that other people want to do.
It also
and
means
then
you have
throw
access.
it in their faces.
You have access to everything now, right? Like
Yeah.
if something's made in Australia or something's made in the UK, you can just watch it from the comfort of your living room, before it's even distributed in the US or whatever.
Yeah, and I feel like we're being more inspired, our content, by other stars and other genres from around the world as well.
Yeah, we just went to VidCon and the biggest stars there were the UK heartthrobs
Little
on
boys.
YouTube. Yeah.
Little boys.
Sam Pepper and all that. Like that.